earnestness in his manner. Dieter Franck had been head of the Criminal Investigation Department of the Cologne Police. In May 1940, he applied for a commission in the army. He spoke fluent French and English, so he was put to work interrogating captured prisoners. He had a talent for the work. In North Africa, his results had been noticed by Rommel himself. He was willing to use torture, but he liked to persuade people by subtler means. That was how he got Stephanie. She had a Jewish grandmother. She had been on her way to a camp in Germany when Dieter rescued her. Today, she was part of his camouflage. Rommel was now commander of Army Group B defending northern France. German intelligence expected an Allied invasion this summer. The British plan was to slow Rommel's response by disrupting his communications. Dieter's brief was to identify key communications targets and assess the ability of the resistance to attack them. Today he was visiting a telephone exchange of enormous strategic importance. Through this building passed all telephone traffic from the High Command in Berlin to German forces in northern France. If the exchange were destroyed, German communications would be crippled. Yet security was infuriatingly lax. Dieter had been here for half an hour taking photographs, his anger mounting as the guards continued to ignore him. However, as the church bell stopped ringing, a Gestapo officer in major's uniform came strutting through the gates. In bad French he shouted, "Give me that camera!" Dieter replied quietly in German. "You took a damn long time to notice me." "Who are you?" "Major Dieter Franck, from Field Marshal Rommel's personal staff." "Franck," said the man. "I remember you." Dieter looked harder at him. "My God," he said. "Willy Weber." Weber and Dieter had been young policemen together in Cologne. Dieter had been a high flyer, Weber a failure. Dieter had not seen the man for 15 years. Weber said, "What are you doing here?" "Checking your security." Weber bristled. "Our security is good." "Look around you." Dieter waved a hand indicating the town square. "What if these people belong to the resistance?" He pointed to a tall girl. "What if she had a gun under her coat? What if—" As Dieter looked, her coat flapped open, and to his astonishment he saw that under the coat she had a submachine gun. "My God," he said. He reached inside his jacket and remembered he was not carrying a gun. Then there was a bang. The north side of the church formed part of the wall surrounding the chateau's grounds. An hour ago, a retired quarryman called Gaston had entered the empty church and placed plastic explosive at the foot of the wall. When the church bell stopped ringing, Gaston depressed the plunger. After the explosion, Flick waited. Among the congregation were 10 armed men. At this moment, they would be rushing through the hole in the wall. At last they came into view, running across the car park towards the chateau. Now was the moment to distract the guards. Michel raised his rifle, drew a bead, then fired. At the gate, one of the guards cried out and fell. In the church porch, Bertrand squeezed off 2 shots. Beside him, Albert pulled the ring of a grenade and hurled it over the railing. From behind the parked sports car, Geneviève opened up. The guards took cover and brought their rifles to bear. The redhead turned and ran, but slipped on the cobblestones and fell. Her man lay on top of her. The sentries opened fire. Almost immediately, Albert fell like a stone. In the car park, the team from the church stopped running, turned on the remaining sentries and opened up. 4 guards near the gate were wiped out in seconds. But the enemy troops inside the building now began to shoot. Flick realized with dismay that there were many more guns than she had expected. Antoinette had been right, and MI6 wrong about the number of troops stationed here. On the top floor of the chateau, a machine gun began to fire. It caused horrible carnage among the resistance in the car park. "We can't take out that machine gunner from the ground," Michel said. "If I could get into the mayor's office, I'd have a clear shot." Flick yelled, "Geneviève, cover Michel." Geneviève dashed out from behind the